Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hello, Michael.
How are you, my friend?
I'm well, thank you.
Very good, very good. I owe you a quick apology for yesterday. Apologize in advance.
No apology needed.
Yeah, no, that sucked, man. I really wanted you here. Jenny was terribly disappointed.
I'm
Give
sure.
Jay my best. Give Jay my best. We will miss him, but we will carry on. Yeah, I kind of fucked you yesterday. We got our times crossed, and you were, I don't know, about to pull in my driveway, and it was like, I knew you had a hard out time, and it was like, that's about the time she's arriving. So
Yeah.
it's like, you're like, what do you want to do? I know you got plenty to do, Jay. Go home. We'll take it from there. So anyway, that sucked. But boy, was she a lot of fun yesterday.
Good.
Holy shit, she was great, man. Yeah, she was. I think you enjoyed her more than almost anyone.
Oh, I love her, man, for
the
sure.
EDM shit.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So
I could listen to her talk all day, to be honest with you.
yeah, she was a lot of fun. And then, an interesting night too. Grind Time was here doing their shit, and I gotta say, it's kind of weird when Ken Cal walks into your house. And
Voice is so distinct,
dude,
isn't it?
Right.
yeah, it really is. It's weird. You never stop pinching yourself when you're like, is Sean Belizean, Darren McCarty, and Ken Cal really down in the basement right now, kicking the fucking ball around, talking playoff hockey? And you turn it on, you just see what separates, like, people that know what the fuck they're talking about versus people that are calling into sports radio,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got to get Eisenbart off the ice. This guy stinks.
Isabart. You went Paul Isabart on us?
I did.
Nice.
I was, yeah. But when it's guys like just sitting down and calmly, rationally, like breaking down matchups and shit, it's just
It was the draft lottery last night, right?
yeah, and they were keeping
Broke
an eye
that
on
down.
that. Yeah, they were, and I think they were. Everyone in the room was happy, which makes us happy that the Wings have the 6th pick.
Why were they happy? We were slotted for the 4th, right?
I don't know.
We
well,
got jumped.
I'll tell you. And Belizean agrees with me on this one, or maybe I agree with Belizean on this one. That he's like, this is such a deep top 10 draft. Anybody you get, and Max said the same thing. Anybody you get at 6 is going to be on your team and well worth it. So.
You know, it was something that I heard pre-show. It was kind of cool for me. That's something I would never have thought about.
Oh, was it when you begged Ken Cal for a picture?
Well, I gotta get my social media stuff out there, dude.
The guy hadn't even walked in the door, taking a coat off. He's like, "Excuse me, Mr. Cal, sir."
I know. I'm in a weird position, though, because I know I'm not going to stay for the whole show. I understand when these people come, usually the best time is at the end. Hey, man, can I grab a picture?
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
not going to stay, and I need the pictures.
Yeah.
So, but
You do need the picture.
I was down here the pre-show, and they were talking about just with D-Mac and the runs that he made, and 99, whether they lost steam and stuff. And something I just never contemplated is apparently, like, when Ken Cal does those playoff runs, they don't get paid any extra for the playoff runs.
He just signed for the year.
He just signed for the year.
So he's working an extra 2 months every
He's
year.
conflicted.
Yes, he kind of made a joke. He's like, man, if I'd gotten paid for all just the playoff games I've done in my career, I could probably retire or something.
That's really funny because that can be a month and a half, 2 month run if you go.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't have a little kicker there.
Yeah, do they
dude.
get a ring or something at least? Is there something he
I
can
know they
hawk
get a-
later on in life?
I know they get a ring, and then so the other thing is, then they started talking about it, and they were like, it's just stuff I never thought about, but they're like, so yeah, when you get these runs, and it would go, lose
Into
game
mid-June.
7, lose game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. It's like, man, if they win, it's like, okay, we get the parade, we get this and that. If they lose, he's like, we got to be in work another month and a half here.
Yeah, he literally has another month and a half off this year by not going to the playoffs, not going deep in the playoffs.
Right.
He's like a teacher who's stuck doing summer school teaching every year. Like,
They get their summers off, typically.
yeah, I know, but not the summer school teachers.
Even
That's
the summer-
Ken Cal.
Even the summer school teachers get paid, though.
Yeah, I know. You could have worse gigs than Ken Cal's,
I
but
know.
Can we ultimately blame Ken for not having a kicker in his contract?
yeah, what the fuck? You would think that's a rookie signing thing.
Ken, man, you're broadcasting for a great team, my friend.
Well, it's like the band that signs their initial deal and they just get fucked on it.
6
It's like,
albums, sure, no problem.
yeah,
We'll do that.
And then it gets reworked later in their career and they get all hooked up. It's like, Ken, you signed your rookie deal. You signed your first album deal. Come on, let's get back 3 years later. Scars is worth so much more than not getting paid in a playoff run.
I go.
You can't.
I know, man.
Can you
It was
imagine they
funny.
had some other voice in there?
Right.
No, you can't do that.
Fuck no. It was
Ken
funny,
needs a
though.
new agent.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, someone's got to be working his deals for him. But it was cool having them over here, and we were scheduled to have a day off. I think I mentioned it yesterday. Scheduled to have a day off tomorrow and all that, and then it kind of fell in our lap that Jordy Day, the director, writer, producer of the new movie on Bob Probert coming out.
We've
Tough
confirmed
Guy.
Jordy.
It is Jordy.
Good,
It's
okay.
Jordy Day, yes.
There was some controversy regarding the name.
Yeah. But it was kind of one of those things where he's flying in like today or this evening or something. So the only time he could do it was tomorrow. It was like, fuck, I know we all had stuff planned, but E, can you come in? I know Jay can't, but can you? And so E's coming in, and I'll hang with Jordy and E.
Yeah,
Did you watch the movie?
I'm like an hour into it. I think it's an hour and a half movie. It's freaking good, man, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of fights, a lot of the McCarty's in it too, just fighting and stuff because he was crossed over with Proby. But a lot of Probert's fights, man. Fuck, you don't realize what a bad motherfucker that dude was. I know, different time, right?
There's literally like it's before me even really because I mean I know I just didn't really start watching until '96. So to see some of this stuff in the late '80s and stuff where it's like there is whole teams on the ice and they're punching the goalie.
It was such a great part of the game.
It was awesome.
I would watch from beginning until the end where the broadcast went off because you didn't know. Yeah. Like it could be the horn blows and oh my God, in the corner there's so and so going at it. You wanted to see until the very end.
And here was the best part too. A 7-0 game meant there's probably going to be a lot of brawling at the end of this one because they know the game's over, and so it's like they just start kicking the shit out of each other. It made it watchable till the very end. And you know, the guys like Don Cherry and Mickey Redmond have said it for decades about ain't no one going to the fucking get a coffee or sitting on their hands when a brawl breaks out at center ice. You know, that the whole crowd stands up. Everyone in the stadium is paying attention. And
having said that, it is a weird thing. Like, it was just accepted in hockey, but in every other, I mean, if they do it in every other sport, it is just like, my God, this is a travesty.
Suspensions.
In hockey, there's this
I know, it's like
weird
this
thing.
weird element another sport was in. All of a sudden there was a boxing match broke out in a hockey game. But yeah, it was all we knew, though. You know, I mean, that's what the sport was.
Totally.
And I don't know why they were so desperate to get rid of it. Was it just too many Mitch Albums of the world whining? Was that really?
Make it more palatable to women and families and less barbaric.
God,
plus, ultimately, it's taking care of the players more, right?
Right,
you know?
for sure.
Just
some of
getting
those
jammed in the head.
concussions and shit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, that should be fun tomorrow. And but we gotta do a show today, so we'll cut back on the hockey, I suppose. It seems like a lot of hockey going on around here. We're not even in the playoffs. And let's see, playoffs. I hate to start politics, but Candace Owens. Do you like Candace Owens, Jay? Are you a fan of hers at all? No. I like her. She's on such an island. You know, she's a black female who is part of, I don't know, she's ultra right wing, no doubt about it. And you know, people call her a race traitor because she supports the president. And she was speaking in front of Congress yesterday, dealing with hate crimes and bullying and stuff like that, and so people didn't know exactly why she was there. It turns out, I guess she was somehow involved in a hate crime, like in high school, that not many people knew about. And you know, these fucking politicians, you know, what's his name? Lou, is it Ted Lou or something? That the Democrat, you know, you see a D next to his name, it's like, oh, this guy's not going to be very friendly. And so, E, do you have the video of this guy? You know, just trying to make her. She made some comments about Hitler or something a few years ago, and tried to kind of take him out of context to make it like she supports Hitler.
Right.
It's like, please, dude. Does anyone buy that? She held her own, though, man.
Let him have it.
She fucking let him have it bigly. So yeah, he's got, what do they have, each 5 minutes or something? And this idiot's like, yeah, during my 5 minutes, I want to play her own words because I don't really know her. It's like, oh, this ought to be good.
Mr. Lou.
Mr. Lou. What say you,
Seconds
Mr. Lou?
of a statement she made about Adolf Hitler.
Holds up his phone, presses play.
No
I
other way
agree.
to
I actually don't have any problems at all with the elitists that actually want globalism. Globalism is what I don't want. So when you think about, whenever we say nationalism, the first thing people think about, at least in America, is Hitler. You know, he was a National Socialist, but if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. Problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to globalize. He wanted everybody to be German, everybody to be speaking German.
Would you like time to respond to that?
Yes, I think it's pretty apparent that Mr. Liu believes that black people are stupid and will not pursue the full clip in its entirety. He purposely presented an extracted clip.
The witness will suspend for a moment. It is not proper to refer disparagingly or to a member of the committee. The witness will not do that again.
Mr. Nadler.
The witness may continue.
Sure, even though I was called despicable.
Witness may not refer to a member of the committee as stupid.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't refer to him as stupid. That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. You didn't listen to what I said.
Oof.
May I continue?
Please.
As I said, he is assuming that black people will not go pursue the full 2-hour clip. And he purposefully he cut off, and you didn't hear the question that was asked of me. He's trying to present as if I was launching a defense of Hitler in Germany, when in fact, the question that was asked of me was pertaining to whether or not I believed that whether or not I believed in nationalism, and that nationalism was bad. And what I responded to was that I do not believe that we should be characterizing Hitler as a nationalist. He was a homicidal, psychopathic maniac that killed his own people. A nationalist would not kill their own people. That is exactly what I was referring to in the clip, and he purposely wanted to give you a cut-up similar to what they do to Donald Trump to create a different narrative. That was unbelievably dishonest, and he did not allow me to respond to it, which is worrisome and should tell you a lot about where people are today in terms of trying to drum up narratives. By the way, I would like to also add that I work for Prager University, which is run by an Orthodox Jew. Not a single Democrat showed up to the embassy opening in Jerusalem. I sat on a plane for 18 hours to make sure that I was there. I'm deeply offended by the insinuation of revealing that clip without the question that was asked of me.
Mr. Liu, what say you?
He's just sitting there like,
okay.
All right, yeah, see, I thought you were going to be a dumb black, and you'd said all that stuff. Now I feel stupid. He just sat.
How did he respond? I'd love to hear.
He sat there stone-faced. Absolutely stone-faced.
Mr. Liu.
Why do people think that that's going to fly in a setting like that? That people aren't going to defend themselves and go, dude, don't be a dick. You know that's not what I was saying. That's,
I don't know.
And she was kind of. It's just like, do you think
you
she's
just directly attacked her? You just called her a Nazi, essentially.
And that's one thing in the hallways. When you got 10 cameras around you and they're nowhere near, and you can say whatever you want with no response. But
she has a microphone.
Yeah, she's 5 feet from you with a microphone. Do you think she's just going to sit there and go, yeah, I guess those words technically came out of my mouth. Stopped it at a cute time, but yep, I guess you got the overall meaning of what I was saying. I stand corrected. I mean, it's just so stupid. And people did kind of condemn those comments. They were, anytime you say anything like, look, Hitler, he wanted to make good roads. He just got a little carried away. He was good for infrastructure, but then he got a little wacky out there.
Had a great mustache.
He did. We as it was. But, when she's like, well, if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great, I'm like, oh, God, don't say he's trying to make Germany great again. Like, that's not helping your point. I do, that speech went on. She went on longer and used her 6 minutes to talk about, growing up with her grandfather and, picked cotton and was abused, house shot up, and great-grandfather, the stories, and how she was taught never to be a victim and you can do anything you want in this country, and it was it's a powerful speech, it really is. And, coming from a person of color, that's like, no, you're not, the policies we've seen for decades in this country have hurt a lot of African Americans, and they don't like this narrative of mine. She's like, you don't mention shit about Antifa. They egged me. I'm a black woman, and I get egged by a group of fucking snotty-nosed white kids who are calling me a race traitor, egging me and mocking me, and nobody says shit about it. And it's like, that is unbelievable when you think about it. How that's happened and played out in this country. You know what I mean?
She has gotten put on a pretty big pedestal because she is, the rare African-American woman who will speak out like that.
It's kind of Kanye West-ish.
If you hear her on Rogan maybe 6 months ago, I think you might be less impressed.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't come off all that great. She's fine. Yeah, but I think it's a little too much credit for because she is, that race, and essentially.
Yeah. Well, no, we've seen the same thing with Diamond and Silk, where
come on,
you know what I mean.
Their whole thing is that they're black women,
right? And we even told them that, Trump. And they agreed. Yeah. But they're literally doing bullet points.
That's right.
It's like they're getting the notes from the Republican Party. The RNC's just emailing Diamond and Silk.
Those are two middle-aged white women sitting there. That doesn't even happen.
No, it doesn't. Anyway, it's the Turning Point chapter. And I don't like any of these. Prager University she mentions, and Turning Point, whether it's far left or far right, where it's like that's their narrative, this is our thing. Anytime you're associated with that, I kind of cringe, because it tells me you're not open to seeing bigger than just your side. And so she's part of one of those, you know, which is like whatever. And, you know, they've had their controversies as well, Turning Point, you know. Some kids at a Florida chapter were accused of sending out memes that were insensitive and maybe possibly racist and, you know, shit like that. I saw them. I didn't think they were that bad, but I wasn't the one offended. I never would be. And I could not stop thinking and laughing yesterday about when we were watching Hillary speaking black.
Yeah.
And AOC is doing that too. And do you remember Joe Biden? Do you remember his? Keep y'all in chains. Do you remember that one?
I don't, no.
Do you have that one, E?
Put y'all back in chains?
Yeah. Speaking of a...
Look at what they value and look at their budget and what they're proposing. Romney wants to he said in the first 100 days, he's going to let the big banks once again write their own rules. Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Mitt Romney's going to put y'all back in chains.
Yeah. Joe Biden going to put y'all back in chains. I noticed I was watching this morning when I woke up, Fox News was on, and I was watching a few minutes of it. And they're, you know, that Nan thing that where this kind of started with AOC over the weekend. They had all these fucking people, Bernie Sanders, and everyone that's running.
Everybody's there kissing the ring.
Yeah, and he's like, would you, reparations, what do you think? And they're like, yes, sir, I'm all for reparations. Yep.
Beto O'Rourke's there.
Beto O'Rourke, you're next. And he comes up and they're like, would you agree to reparations? Like, yes, I would. And then he's excused. And all of
line. How far would they go? Like, I want one of those guys there. Go for it, man. Forget reparations. Let's go. Just go fucking for it, dude. Like, that's not slavery or some shit. I mean,
dude, it's so funny. Bernie Sanders is standing there and he's just shaking. It's like he hasn't seen this guy since they were supposed to do coffee. You know, remember that? When Bernie Sanders and he wanted to do coffee with Sharpton? Yeah. He was going to meet. I was going to meet with Sharpton when he was accused. This is going back before the election, forever ago. So here they are on the stage together. He's like, would you, in favor of signing the bill, would you promise to sign it for reparations for slavery and this? And he's like, if Congress and the Senate passes it, I will sign it. It's like, and so on Fox News, they immediately pull up a video of Joe Biden in 1975. I ain't paying for things that happened 300 years ago that people I don't even know did. He's like, really?
That was Biden saying that?
It was Joe Biden, yeah. And so now it's like, oh, what's Biden going to say now? It's 2019.
They're all on record supporting reparations and the Green New Deal.
Yeah, I know.
All of these candidates, it's just
funny,
so extreme.
Man. It's so funny. And it really pisses me off. At the AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she's added her name to the list now because of people that calling on private companies to deny any sort of lucrative deal or career to departing Homeland Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen. And you know, she tweets out, in stealing thousands of children, deporting their parents, and refusing to provide info for reunification, Secretary Nielsen oversaw one of the largest scale human rights violations in recent history. Giving her a cushy job after leaving the administration would celebrate that abuse. And here we go again. So there was a journalist, Jamil Smith, I think his name is, tweeted out, Kirstjen Nielsen should be a pariah for life. No cable deals, no cushy college gigs. And so, you know, she's hated by liberals, obviously, Nielsen, because she stood by the president as she's working as the fucking director of Homeland Security. I mean, what is she supposed to do? That policy went away. I mean, as soon as they realized, you know, went, I don't know, a couple weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, the separation of families, and then it's written off. I just hate this idea of like, this person doesn't agree with my politics. They never work again.
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah, good luck, Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Oh,
right?
dude.
Holy shit, man.
And, you know, you see, this is the way this goes. We've talked about it before. It kind of pisses us off.
Kellyanne Conway, good luck.
Yeah, well, George, she gets a little, you know, saving grace because of George Conway, her husband.
Oh.
This is not political, but me and Jay, we listen to what's his name, the podcast, What the Fuck, WTF,
Mark Maron.
Yeah, regularly, and you skip past his like opening shit, but I sometimes I know
don't listen to a second of that.
I understand that, but
Get to the interview.
I listen to it sometimes, and so I was listening to one yesterday, and he was talking about, you know, being at a comedy thing, and I guess he was getting a little political, and someone kind of yelled something out, and he kind of, no, people started booing. He's like, no, I'll take care of this, guys. But his thing to him back was like, look at, man, I'm just going to be a little bit here, but I'm going to hit some stuff later. And so if that's not something you want to hear, you can get a refund. But he really, just so hypocritically made it out to be like, man, we should be able to talk about these things. And I should be able to, and it's like, oh, really? Do you want to hear anybody say the other than your opinion? And it's just so annoying to hear that, man.
Well, it's just so par for the course lately. This, oh, you attack this. Let's go after all their advertisers. You can't say anything about David Hogg. I'm sorry, David Hogg. If you launch yourself into the national spotlight and then you don't like something that someone says back to you, that doesn't mean you can fucking have, use whatever platform you've gained over a school shooting, by the way, to then go after and attack all the sponsors, list them all and ramp people up to go out. It's like, dude, people have differing opinions. You don't want a society where people are scared to say what they want and say what they feel. You don't have to agree with the policies of the president. I get it. But really, she should be a pariah for life. And there are multiple groups that this is their thing. They're sending letters to any big company out there, saying, because this is usually the way this goes. They get out of office and then they're handed some cushy ass, job, right. Out there making
consulting or
consulting, exactly, making a shitload of money.
Lobbying.
Lobbyist, yeah. And so you look at some of the big jobs that are out there, and you got Sean Spicer, Reince Priebus, Chief of Staff John Kelly. They've all left the White House and gone out there. And Spicer did not score a TV contributor deal after he left the West Wing. He recently signed as a contributor to the entertainment show Extra.
Sean Spicer?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep. So he was able to extra.
Parlayed that, didn't he?
Hell yeah. He was in the West Wing, dude. And he's a correspondent on it. He's Mario Lopez.
I was just gonna say, dude, is he gonna hang out there with freaking Mario Lopez on Extra?
Yes, and fucking weird head chick. Isn't she on Extra or is she Entertainment Tonight?
I don't know.
The one with mantissitis?
Mantissitis, yes. Praying mantissitis head.
Julianne Rancic?
Yes, there you go. And let's see, Hope Hicks took on a similar role at a new Fox company. A new Fox company? What does that even mean? You can't even name it? We don't know what it is? Is this the pay-per-view one that Fox launched? Is that where Hope Hicks has landed? Corporate America has proven a little more elusive compared to the aides of Barack Obama. And when you look at it, dude, Sean Spicer, it is nationally syndicated, Extra. Right? That's not bad.
It's not awful.
Omarosa got a book deal, and Hope Hicks is perhaps going to be on some new Fox thing.
Omarosa.
Jay Carney.
You're referring to Omarosa getting a book deal. She was on The Apprentice with Donald Trump.
So Obama's press secretary, Jay Carney, so we got Extra. He's now at Amazon.
Doing what?
I don't know, probably eating lunch, hanging out with people. They can say Jay Carney is with our company. Senior advisor David Plouffe is at Uber. Press secretary Josh Earnest is at United Airlines. Tom Ridge, Homeland Secretary under Bush, has served on a slew of private and public boards. So, but it's Extra. That's not bad. It could be good, So yeah, these groups are going. Let's see, we've got the letters signed by the National Immigration Law Center, Southern Poverty Law Center, of course, Network Lobby for Catholic Social Justice, and a few others. This is about making sure these administration officials, as they enter the revolving door of our government to private life, they are never allowed to profit from the misery they inflicted on thousands of families, said Carl Fritsch, spokesman for Restore Public Justice. The group is already doing a digital campaign, commercial, attacking and targeting Nielsen, so that we just want to make sure she can never, ever, ever work again.
Wow.
Because, she doesn't believe exactly what we
serve this administration at your peril, man. Dude, why would you? Why would you?
Why would you do it for any administration? But, point well taken, this one you really have to think. If you're working under President Bush, either one, take your pick, 41, 43, or Obama, Clinton, the thought never crossed your mind that this could hinder the future of your career.
No. Just the opposite.
Yeah. It is a explosion to your career, and now these people are like, oh, man, they don't want me to work ever again. I'm a pariah. It's unbelievable. And I hate that this continues to go on. I really do. It bothers me so much more than almost anything. But we're seeing it more and more, and I can't believe, people keep getting away with it. But, Sean Spicer's an extra, so that should tell you something. It's working. I mean, because honestly, why would Ford Motor Company want to take one of them on, or American Express, or any big, Fortune 500 company, Coca-Cola? Why take the backlash? You don't need it.
Well, and how much influence do they have? That's the question, right? You want somebody who has some influence if you're hiring a lobbyist. Mm-hmm. So I think there's a range of people who have value. Like Spicer's a communications guy, right?
So is Jay Carney.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So, but are they lobbyists? Are they?
Well, I think right now you would think someone would want them because they've still got connections to the current administration, right? I get
Spicer got fired, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's still pledging for Trump anywhere he's talked about.
I haven't paid attention to him.
I know you're not watching this stuff. Well, you don't see him much. He's not allowed on anywhere.
I thought he got fired. I thought he left in disgrace.
Was he disgrace? Are you saying disgrace? Was Huckabee the next one in?
Yeah.
Was there an interim dude in there?
Yes.
I thought there was.
That fucking Scaramucci.
The dude that landed 1 day or whatever.
The mooch.
The mooch. 11 days. I think he got 11 days. Yeah.
So I think you can't look at like Spicer and Nielsen and compare them exactly because they serve different purposes.
Yeah.
He was a communications guy. She was part of this department where I don't know. I think it's sort of apples to it's certainly troubling what you've pointed out, that there's this fucking whole thing just advocating against not hiring them.
Yeah.
But it's hard to compare everybody's different situations, just throw it into one bucket.
And that's fair. And the fact is, the people that were working on the Trump administration a lot of them were not career in the churning in the swamp of Washington where they've made a name for themselves. They were kind of ragtag bunch, like, bring this guy in, he's a great guy, and so you're bringing people in to kind of piece together a staff. So in fairness, there's that too. So then maybe they wouldn't have as much political clout as you would want if you're going to make someone a board member or a lobbyist for you. That is fair, but more troubling than anything is just the idea
of the campaign against her. Yeah, that's
crazy. I mean, it's like here's a woman who's made it to this level. You talk about there's not that many women who have made it to this kind of level of power and influence, and she's not calling the shots. She's not making the fucking policies and stuff. She's doing her job. She's serving for the president and the country. And you don't agree with her policy, fine. Then fucking vote someone else in who you will agree with. It doesn't mean we go destroy people's lives forever. That just seems wholly un-American.
And the resignation could well have come because she was not wanting to follow something that Trump wanted to do that she found troublesome.
And that's exactly what a lot of people think, that she wasn't hard enough. And I agree with her. Like, what am I supposed to do? Nothing can get through Congress, period, no matter what it is. And I can't magically make it happen. I can't, magically implement shit that isn't legal. Mm-hmm. And so he wants a hawk in there that'll just fucking break the law. I don't care. Just get it done.
Just make it happen.
Get them out of here. Right. They don't belong in this country.
Don't let them ask for asylum. Well, but that's the law. Yeah. They can, and once they do, there's these rules. So
yeah.
Don't let them ask. Ignore it. Plug your ears.
Plug your ears. Nobody heard that. Trump's at the border just going, la, 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 la. Dude, drowning everyone out.
Earplugs to everybody.
100%. I could see him just saying, I didn't hear it. Just pretend you don't. That'll be the policy. There'll be an email at some point.
I fully believe if a tree falls in the woods, it in fact does not make any sound. I didn't hear it. It doesn't count.
Hey everybody, insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasick from Wasick Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business. He offers all types of insurance coverage, auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasick at 734-455-1900.
Yes, our friend Ruski, Brent Wasick. I hear he picked up a Russian accent when he was in Russia.
Oh, yeah.
For the World Cup. It was there.
Is he back? Do we even know?
I don't know if he's back yet. I don't think so. I saw him. Was it a babushka? Is that the hat or whatever? A babushka.
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway. So yeah, I can hear that dog behind you just going. The peanut's going crazy. Wants to come down and play with you guys.
She's a cute.
Yeah, she's a cute. Did you see? And I did not give him those AIDS. And when he had those AIDS, Magic Johnson
turned me up, man.
Oh, you're up.
I am not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
Someone muted you.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
He's got AIDS.
I didn't give him those AIDS. And when he had those AIDS.
You got to do the one.
Those AIDS.
I think he should be ashamed of himself. I think he should go into the background. And when he had those AIDS, I went to my synagogue and I prayed for him.
I got to hear the one where he, the girl with the like, I didn't mean.
I like to help you.
Oh, okay. I know where you're going.
I didn't mean. Yeah. She made me say those awful,
I'm the guilty one for uttering those terrible, ugly words that I don't mean.
Can we just back up? Can we just back up for a second? The guy got his team taken from him.
He did.
I mean, his team was taken from him over these comments. He never even said the N-word.
I don't know why the girl had me say those things.
The girl.
She was on roller skates with a fucking shield over her face, dude.
She had a lampshade over her head. Remember that?
It was the greatest time in American history.
What the hell? Yeah.
Dude,
what
it
the hell
was
happened
awesome.
there?
It was. Remember, Don's wife wanted her to
Shelley.
give back. Shelley wanted that idiot to give back like the Lamborghini, the condo.
Yes, Land Rovers. There's
Land
all
Rover.
sorts of shit that Don doled out to her.
Yeah, he's not of sound mind, and he's like.
And think about this. This is pre-Trump. So like this, you know what I mean? Like this is before like it. Things still weren't as crazy as they are even right now. Like
Dude, it is so fun. That is so funny. Like it's normalized now to us. We've played that drop so much. And when he had those AIDS, like those AIDS.
And when he had those AIDS, I went to my synagogue and I prayed for him.
We've played that so many times. It's just kind of normalized now.
Right.
But that
He's got AIDS.
I didn't give him those AIDS. And when he had those AIDS,
the CBS interview, right? Like on was it 60 Minutes?
Was
or?
with
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper on CNN, no?
I think it was 60 Minutes because he's a correspondent doing that too.
Yeah, there she is.
He's
What's her name?
Stiviano.
Viv Stefiano?
V.
or something?
Stiviano.
V. Stiviano, yes.
What the hell?
Dude, she's in Daisy Dukes.
And a Twinkie the Kid shirt, though. I'd take that shirt
Hell
in a
yeah.
heartbeat.
Yeah.
That's a sweet one.
Yeah, it is. And that roller skates, Daisy Dukes, Twinkie the Kid T-shirt, and a fucking lampshade visor.
That was a Halloween costume.
That's who that old man is fucking.
Yeah. I don't even think he was fucking her.
And if you remember, too, he wasn't even mad that she was with other guys. She just didn't want to posting of it.
Just don't post it on Instagram.
The fact that he even knew Instagram and was
I know, it's pretty
scoping
hip, right?
Instagram.
Yeah, that was the thing. You can fuck them, you can hang out with them, just don't post pictures of them.
That's
it was like,
all he wanted.
Yeah, just don't post pictures on Instagram.
And she couldn't abide by that.
I know.
Yeah,
She
one
had the
simple
tiger
rule.
by the tail.
Dude, it cost her a Lambo, Range Rover, I think, a
Where
condo.
is she now, man? Yeah.
Yeah, they should bring back VH1 Where Are They Now? It's just so we can catch up with V. Stiviano.
God.
Dude, I wonder as she gets older if she's going to be like, I can't believe I wore a lampshade. I became a Halloween costume.
What about this? I wonder if she can look back and say, holy fuck, I'm an idiot. I had this old dude paying for everything I did in my life. And what? Because I decided to reveal this audio or something? I couldn't stop taking pictures.
Did she reveal it? Was that what it was in the end? I
I think
someone...
she leaked it, right?
Yes.
She specifically went out of her way to tape him saying this shit.
Right,
Yes.
that's right. I'm trying to remember what
She was pissed because he turned the spigot off or something. Something happened.
But it all came down to that she couldn't stop taking these fucking photos, I think, on Instagram with black people.
What was he saying about them, though? He had to have been making disparaging remarks about black people. He didn't say the N-word. But I'm trying to remember.
He was just saying,
he didn't like Magic, first off. Magic Johnson was the big fucking problem. I don't know what their dust-up was.
Right.
See if you can Bing and find out what did Don Sterling say on those tapes that was so bad? Because there were so many characters involved.
I think he was saying, like, I've given them so much, and then they have to, like, it was sort of this notion that he had these slaves
right.
who worked for him as clippers.
Yeah.
And he's giving them cars, and he's giving them lives.
Yeah, I've given them paychecks, and they don't.
Yeah. And now they take a picture with my girlfriend. It was.
Yeah. Fuck. See,
here's V. Stiviano on TMZ from June 4th, 2008. Like when you Google her name or Bing her name, like the most recent things show up. This is from 2018. Her saying that Roseanne's a racist.
Do they have a picture of her?
Here, I have a video of it. It's TMZ.
Yeah, let me.
They go to Viva Stiviano to get racial commentary.
Yeah, she's just outside some restaurant probably or some shit. But June 2018.
Wow.
V. Stiviano.
Hey, what do you think of this whole Roseanne situation that's been going on? Any thoughts on that?
I would have even recognized
Some
her.
people are defending her, saying
Without
she's not
the
racist.
lampshade.
Some people saying she's a racist idiot.
Who cares? Everyone's making such a big deal over every small little thing. Are you kidding me? No one has freedom of speech anymore. No one can say what they feel because if they do, they're going to lose their job. Like, who are we? Why are we being so judgmental? Let people express themselves.
That's a great comment.
Inner racism lives in every single one of us. We are all racist in some shape or form. Who cares?
So why
Let
did you
people
post a
voice
video
what they feel.
of Don
And then
Sterling?
we really get to know what we call this human race. If everyone's walking around with their head down,
Deep
How are we
thoughts, V.
V.
Stiviano.
Stiviano.
Well, then why
I
did
wasn't
you,
expecting that comment from her, though.
No.
You know, going, really, people? You're just going to blast us out there? We're all racist on some level. It's fucking whatever. Deal with it. See if you can find Don Sterling's comments. That's what I really care about.
What a burp in the history of American pop culture, you know? V. Stiviano. What the hell?
I know.
These people that come and go out of our lives.
It's like the John Wayne Bobbitt pops. He gets his dick chopped off and thrown out a window, and firemen found it.
And now he's a thing.
And it's like John Bobbitt can go and like be interviewed anytime he wants. He could call TMZ and be like, hey, I haven't talked to you guys in a while. It's me, John Wayne Bobbitt. Remember Lorena cut my dick off? Joey Buttafuoco.
Right.
Remember that idiot?
Absolutely.
And Amy
Fisher.
Amy Fisher shot his wife in the face and made her.
Didn't we find Amy Fisher on a webcam a couple years ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, she's absolutely sorry.
I think this is.
Yeah, she's like fingering her box for $10 a
Flicking
view.
the bean.
Yeah, that's sad when it's like, well, I can always show my pussy on camera,
right?
If it comes down to it.
So this is really long, by the way, so we don't have to necessarily watch it all. But this looks like this is the
Okay,
audio.
go ahead.
Honey, I'm
Don't
sorry.
bring him to my games.
I'm sorry too.
I'm sorry too.
I wish I can change the skin, the color of my skin.
That is the issue. You missed the issue.
What's the issue?
The issue is we don't have to broadcast it.
I'm not broadcasting anything. I don't do anything wrong.
Nobody said you did anything wrong.
I don't
You
do
did,
anything
Don.
wrong. If we ever have any issues, it's because people call you and tell you things about me that are not
Why
true.
are you broadcasting?
I'm not broadcasting
Taking
anything.
pictures with minorities. Why?
What's wrong with minorities? What's wrong with black people?
Nothing.
What's wrong with these
It's like
families?
talking to an enemy. There's nothing wrong with minorities. They're fabulous.
End it there,
But
Don.
you're an enemy to me
Why?
You're an enemy to me.
because you don't understand.
I don't understand what.
Nothing.
That racism
Yeah, Don.
still is
Bail.
alive?
Abort. Someone need to give an abort
People
pass.
steal certain things.
Lawrence needed to grab him.
Yes.
Drag him out of there.
Lawrence,
Blacks
just juice,
steal certain
please.
things towards
People
other
just feel certain
groups.
things.
Towards other groups.
It's been that way historically, and it will always be that way.
But it's not that way in my heart and in my mind.
But maybe you want to adjust to the world.
So why? If the world doesn't do anything for me and they
You need
don't
to
make me
regress,
happy.
sweetheart.
I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to argue.
I can't
You
be
people are
racist in my
impossible to
heart.
argue with.
That's good. I'm living in a culture, and I have to live within the culture. So that's the way it is. That's all. I got it. I got the whole message.
Oh my! I don't think we've
You
ever
live
listened
with
to
your
this.
heart.
I don't. You're
You live with your heart.
You can't be flexible. You can.
I am flexible. I understand that that's the way you were raised and that's your culture, and I'm respectful and
Why do you have to disrespect them? Those are
Who am I disrespecting?
the world before you.
Why am I disrespecting them?
What by walking? You're perceived as either a Latina or a white girl. Why should you
Oh,
be
yeah.
walking publicly with black people?
Okay, now.
Why?
Yeah.
Is there a benefit to you?
Is it a
Does it,
benefit?
benefit to me? Does it matter if they're white or blue?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, Don, you were right. Don needed to pull the ripcord right there. They're fabulous. If he ends it, they're fabulous. He still owns the
Oh my
Clippers.
God.
He's,
If Lawrence is doing his job,
I
he
know.
grabs a big hook and just pulls him out of there.
Jesus, Lawrence, what is he doing? Sleeping on the job? Was he wearing headphones, listening to show tunes in the other room? I mean, he's got to come flying into that room. Your juice, sir. Lawrence, juice. Post haste, please. I mean, Blake Griffin is not a Piston. If he stops it, they're
you're right.
fabulous. Minorities are fabulous.
And there's another reason it would have been nice if it didn't happen. Another benefit if she had.
Blake Griffin, not a piston.
Yeah.
Well, we've gone down the rabbit hole here for a few minutes with reliving some Don Sterling, but that's because Mr. I didn't give him those AIDS. Big Magic Johnson.
He's got AIDS.
What has he done? Big Magic. Big Magic Johnson abruptly quit from the Lakers.
Saw that.
As president of basketball operations last night. What a weird
Wasn't the
episode.
biggest deal about him coming, or like last year, like he brought LeBron pretty much to the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
Like that was his big thing. I'm going to bring LeBron. He did it.
Dude, LA brought LeBron to the Lakers.
I know,
right.
I mean,
totally. If he's in, I don't know, pick another city. If he's in Dallas, LeBron's not in Dallas because of Magic Johnson.
Yeah,
Big
you're right.
Magic Johnson.
You're right.
But you know, $154 million. They bring LeBron to town and all that, and he goes out and talks to the media. He's standing there. I guess he's waiting for Jeannie Buss to pull up. You know, owner of the team. Yeah, the daughter of what's his name? Jerry Buss. And they're like, yeah, by the way, Magic, she's not coming to the game tonight. It was like the last home game of the season. And he's like, oh, well, in that case.
I got an announcement to make.
Shit. And he just basically says, yeah, I'm leaving. But he didn't tell Jeannie Buss yet. He told the fucking camera crew first in this weird press conference that he's leaving.
And so it sounds like in how you're describing it, he was shocked. He thought she was going to be showing up. So even though there's cameras here, he was going to wait for her to show up and have this conversation right then? Or was he going to walk away?
Well, I don't know. He's standing there, and it's like he's milling about. But then he was like, you guys tell her I quit. I love her too much, and it'll hurt. And it's like, dude, really? You're the president of basketball operations.
I think he should be ashamed of himself. I think he should go into the background.
You know, and I don't know how smart Magic is. Remember his broadcasting days? Can you find some clips of Magic broadcasting basketball games? Do you
I've never
remember
been
those?
terribly impressed with Magic.
Yeah, me either. He's a good dribbler. Dribbles good.
He
shoots
was.
good.
Yeah, great passer.
Oh, dynamite passer. But his his broadcast skills struggled a bit. I don't know how he is. You know, he owns a bunch of movie theaters.
That's what I heard.
And he's got enough money that he was able to buy into ownership of the soccer team that's coming in L.A., I think.
I didn't know that.
And also the Dodgers. And he's running basketball operations, but it's like, yeah, there's a lot of shit to do there, and I like the simpler life. And I was just having fun and shit, all AIDS'd up. You know,
well, there's a lot of pressure. You didn't make the playoffs. You brought LeBron in. It's going to be a weird NBA playoffs, huh, Jesus? Without LeBron?
Oh, I can't even understand it. I'm going to actually boycott the NBA playoffs because of it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Dude, can you, what is he in his like 17th season now or something?
I don't know.
LeBron, like people are like, yeah, he's getting old as shit now.
Oh, I'm sure.
Seems like he was just a high school kid a week ago. God, I mean,
that was not the case, but
I know
what you mean.
Yeah. So yeah, he cited his return to a simpler life that he enjoyed as a wealthy businessman before taking charge of the franchise. I think the Lakers in their history never went more than 2 seasons without being in the playoffs. This is 6th season now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Isn't that crazy? I want to go back to having fun. I want to go back to being who I was before taking this job. We're halfway there with LeBron coming last summer. I think this summer with that other star coming in, whoever is going to bring him in, I think this team is really going to be in a position to contend for a championship with the growth of the young players. And I guess Magic doesn't like Luke Walton and wants to fire Luke Walton, but Jeannie Buss loves Luke Walton.
Okay.
And so I thought about it, he said, I didn't want to make the owner choose, and, I didn't want to cause a disruption with my desires to upheaval things and between the coach and the owner. On Wednesday, I would have to affect somebody's livelihood in their life. And I thought about it, and I said, that's not me. That's not fun for me. It's not who I am. And then
that's what leadership is. It's all about having fun, right?
Right.
Apparently.
And then I don't want to put her in the middle of us, even though she said, hey, you can do whatever you want to do. I know she has great love for him and great love for me. I think that with Jeannie Buss and I want to always preserve our relationship with her. And I think I had more fun when I was able to be the big brother and ambassador. So that's a good move then. That'll preserve the trust in that relationship, right?
See, he doesn't want to do the hard. He doesn't want to do the hard part of the job.
He actually said, yeah.
And if you have that much money, maybe, okay.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you? Somebody's going to have to tell my boss because I knew I couldn't face-to-face with her and tell her. I couldn't stand to tell her. There's not another top executive on the planet that would be a quote from. So yeah, let's see. He also is talking about he's tired of being investigated or fined by the NBA for tampering when he comments on basketball on Twitter.
Yeah, it was what's his name, right, from New Orleans. They're trying to get
well, there was a few things. I guess he's been investigated 4 times for tampering. About he made a comment about Paul George on Jimmy Kimmel's being on Kimmel's talk show to a response to an email sent to him by Philly's Ben Simmons. I thought about Dwayne Wade retiring, and I can't even tweet that out or be there.
Anthony Davis, they were all over that too.
Oh, were they?
Trying to move him to L.A., make it work while he's under contract.
Serena Williams called me a week ago, and he said, will you mentor me and be on my advisory board? And I said, yes, sir, I will. I'm going to do that. So he couldn't do something like that. Also, what I didn't like is the backstabbing and whispering in the league. Oof. I don't like a lot of things that went on that didn't have to go on. I hope that after the season ends, the Lakers can head in the right direction, which we are. Injuries really hurt us, but I enjoyed working with Jeannie. Yeah, I thought I read that right. The Lakers have missed the playoffs in each of the 3 springs since Johnson and Pelinka took over, Rob Pelinka. They're finishing this season with their best record in 6 years, but they were eliminated from the playoffs back in March.
You guys remember Rob Pelinka, right?
I know, right?
Former U of M player.
Yes.
On the 89 championship team.
Was he the GM of the Lakers now? Is that his role?
I guess. He became an agent, and he was LeBron's longtime agent. And then I think he rolled into the front office of the Lakers just not too long ago.
Okay, so they had Mitch Kupchak there before that, and then Magic and Pelinka came in together. That makes more sense if they're courting LeBron. Yeah. Okay. The 16-time NBA champion Lakers had never missed the NBA playoffs in more than 2 consecutive seasons before this 6-year drought.
Wow,
that's insane. Yeah, a lot of people. Stephen A. Smith. I don't know what the hell just happened with Magic Johnson. Some other guys, Adrian Wojnarowski, an NBA reporter with ESPN, tweeted, Johnson never fully committed to the job, did not apply the necessary commitment of time and energy required to run a pro basketball team. He blasted Magic for being too scared to tell Jeannie Buss face-to-face that he was quitting. Yeah, and she tweeted out, for her part, Jeannie Buss, Irvin, I loved working side by side with you. You've brought us a long way. We'll continue this journey. We love you. So
LeBron started in 2003. That was his first season in the NBA. He was 19, 03-04 season with Cleveland.
So that would make 16 years. This will be his 17th year coming up. I don't know what the average length of a career.
34 years old. So
34. Wow. What was I asking you for?
I don't know.
Did you find anything of Magic Johnson?
I don't know what you're...
Get it out of there. We used to play him on the Drill Mike show. He was so bad. His command of the English language is not terribly strong.
Gotcha. I don't know.
Really? You don't? There's no clips out there of Magic Johnson doing the NBA game, calling NBA games?
Average NBA career is 4.5 years. Of course, LeBron is nothing close to average.
Right. And they say that with NFL players too. But there's, that's taking into account the guy that plays for a day and then is cut. So it's not really, nothing out there.
I don't know, man. I don't know what you're looking for exactly.
I'm looking for Magic Johnson.
I understand what you're looking for, but...
Yeah, there used to be a shitload of clips on YouTube of him just butchering the English language.
I believe
Maybe he's had it scrubbed. I don't know. No.
Hey, does your money work as hard as you do? You'll spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms? How could you know, Jesus? How could you know if you don't have a plan? Let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure that your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Jenny did a read from Mark yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yes, she was nice and slow.
Yes.
And she, of course, read the disclaimer.
Did
Do
she?
not speak of these.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Member FINRA, SIPC.
She said, member FINRA is FINRA. And she was trying to, then she was like, oh, I'm supposed to say FINRA. I must mean I'm supposed to say SIPC. And I was like, SIPC. No, it's FINRA SIPC. Yeah, dude, I love the stories here. Sorry, I was trying to find Magic Johnson butchering the English language, but I could save it for the break or something. These people that become these influencers or social media stars, YouTube stars, these people that gain a following, and that's what we do now. I just do this for a living. I'm just a cunt online. I just give I just tell people what clothes I buy or wear and what makeup I use.
It's a new world, man.
Dude, it's crazy. But, this is where it goes, though. Jessy Taylor, 21 years old, from Tampa, Florida. She's got 113,000 followers. And she posts on social media, posts a video sobbing because she's in the middle of editing something. She realizes that her Instagram account has been deleted.
Whoa.
Yeah. I guess there's a lot of trolls out there going, delete this account. It's fucking hateful or whatever. And so you got to see this chick lose it. She is like, what's Eddie?
I actually, you know what, dude? Honestly, now 110,000 followers doesn't seem like it's enough to me.
113,000.
Okay, that doesn't seem like it's quite enough to me to make what
But that would be upsetting. She's
dude,
worked hard to grow this thing.
Here's my point, dude.
Yeah, I don't know her. We might hate her.
Might not be this upsetting, but...
I read what she was saying personally, and, like, I get it. This video, I haven't seen the video yet, but I saw what she was saying, and I didn't fully disagree with her, man. I mean...
Well, anytime people are taking you down because of what you're saying, like, that shouldn't be why people... Like, she should be able to go on there and literally say almost anything she wants. And... You know, Instagram shouldn't, you know, they should just be like the phone company. You made a phone call, you said some horrible shit on your phone call to Jay. It's not their place to step in and go, whoa, we'll have none of that language on our thing. I don't know her, so I don't know what she's doing.
Either, but...
She's a 21-year-old moron, obviously, but yeah, she's bitching and crying and like, I can't work 9 to 5. I'm worthless.
Yeah.
I have no talent whatsoever. This is what I need. And it's like, you sound like such an idiot when you say something like that.
Well, again, we
like
can
you're
get to
too
the
good to have a job.
Wait a minute, we can get to the video, but I mean, I don't know how much where it is in the video that she says it, but she also says at one point, like, I did work McDonald's and I did that shit. It's not that I'm too good for it.
She was a pro, dude. She was a prostitute, she said.
I know she was a prostitute and she worked at McDonald's.
Wait, what?
Well, who knows? She said she's saying a lot of shit. Who knows what is going on here, but
hey guys, so like I'm in the middle of editing and my Instagram account got deleted and I'm trying to get it back. I'm calling everybody I can and I don't know why it's not working out for me. I'm in LA because of this.
I'm in LA because
I'm in LA because I want to be on Instagram and I'm randomly just recording this to put this in the video. I am nothing without my following. I'm nothing without my following.
You know what, Mike?
No. Shut up.
People trying to hate on me and report me. I'm literally trying to be a fucking better person. I want to say to everybody that's been reporting me, think twice because you're ruining my life. Because I make all of my money online. All of it. And I don't want to lose that. And I know people like to see me be down and be like them and be like the 90%ers, the people that work 9 to 5. That is not me. I am in LA to not be like that. I worked so fucking hard to get to where I'm at. And for that to get taken from me is the worst fucking feeling in the world. It literally sucks having people want to come after you for no fucking reason. And it hurts. And I don't think people understand that, like, this
Go
is
towards
my
the ending, the
fucking
last
life.
minute, maybe.
I am San Fran. I drove 7 hours,
She drove-
so I can't
go-
even
back
go
it
to
up just a little bit
college
from
if I
there.
try
Back
to
it
get a fucking verification just
She
for my
drove
account
7
to be
hours to
fucking
get a
deleted.
verification check mark.
Stop fucking reporting me, bro. What some of you guys have to realize is I have no skills. I'm $20,000 in debt from school, from college, so I can't even go to college if I fucking wanted to.
Just being honest.
I
Yep.
used to work at fucking McDonald's before I did fucking YouTube, Instagram, before I had 100,000 followers.
She needs a light
Before I
bulb.
had everything in my life, I was a fucking loser. Like, working at McDonald's. Not saying there's anything wrong with people working at McDonald's
Yeah,
because
you
I
just
worked
did sorta,
there,
I mean.
but I
Totally.
don't
Are you
want to
kidding
go
me,
back
dude?
to that
That's
life.
bullshit.
I'm
E, shut the fuck
perfectly
up for a
happy where
second.
I'm at.
I'll let you speak.
And
Jesus.
I have no job qualifications. I could never work a normal job. I'm worthless. I bring nothing to the table. Zero. I bring nothing to the fucking table when it comes to that. I always get in fights with people. I always get kicked out of places. Like, I'm not work material. I will never be work material. So stop fucking reporting me on motherfucking Instagram. The last thing I want to do is be a fucking homeless prostitute in the fucking street doing meth. That is the last thing I fucking want to do. So stop fucking trying to ruin my life while the fucking Ice Poseidon trolls out there.
All right.
Okay, I did not hear. I did not hear an admission that she was once a pro. I heard the
I-
last thing I want to be.
We
is a
fast
fucking,
forwarded through it. She did say
She
earlier.
actually said,
I've done that before.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So what is her page? Just out of curiosity.
I have no clue.
Okay, like what? Do you
No
know
idea.
what
I don't know who
the kind
she
of
is.
things she does? All right.
But what I
And
do...
E, I'll let you talk. I didn't want you talking over it. I wanted to hear it. I understand what you're saying, but there's two things to this video. So before you yell at me, I don't want anyone fucking shutting her shit down either. I think it's bullshit she's not able to make money off it.
That's not what I'm mad
I think
about.
someone saying, I'm worthless without my followers. Without my followers. Like, dude,
I've
that
been-
is sad. That is pathetic.
She's upset.
But here's
man.
the thing,
she just
though. I've
lost
had
her
someone-
livelihood.
I get it. That's awful.
That's a new thing. Like, you can't sit there and just discount 110,000 followers and what that is. You're doing something right here that was not a job 15 years ago. Right in this studio, you're doing something.
I understand
What would you
that.
think about that? I mean,
I wouldn't think of myself as worthless, unemployable. I can't get along with anybody working anywhere. I get fired immediately. The only thing I can do, otherwise I'm no good to anybody, is do this. I can sell shit online.
I think I've heard you say that, dude.
That I can't work somewhere? Yeah, I worked 20 years in places. I never had a fucking
Wait a minute,
problem
no,
ever.
but you've talked about on this microphone. I've heard you say, this is what I do, man. I work on a microphone, I talk, I entertain people.
Yeah, okay, well, that job doesn't go away. There's radio stations. I did that for my entire career.
But assume it did, because that's what she's experiencing. She's experiencing, like, fuck, man, my account, which was my job and my livelihood, is gone.
It's bullshit. I think it's bullshit.
Okay,
it's terrible.
But put yourself in that situation. What if this whole thing was gone? You didn't have another opportunity to do this. It'd be upsetting, right?
Of course it would.
Was she overly dramatic? Yeah. But
I think it's kind of, I just thought it's kind of.
It was an amazingly dramatic video. And the notion that she would post that.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Says so much that she's sitting there posting this reaction to, wow, what a sign of the times.
To me, it's more a sign of like, if I don't have this connection with strangers, my life is completely worthless.
Yeah, but put that totally aside. Assume that that's a viable job, and that's reasonable, and that's what we live in right now. Okay, assume that's true. Then you can't discount her upsettedness.
No, I get the upsettedness, and then maybe that's the bigger point: is why would you post this? Why wouldn't you wait till you calm down a little bit and have a rational thing, and to end with like, if I can't do this, I'm going to be a prostitute in the streets doing meth.
I think she's
like,
really
why would you be a prostitute in the streets doing meth?
Yeah, that's a little absurd,
it's just,
obviously.
It's dramatic. So over the top.
But I think that at this point, it's probably that big of a deal for her that she needs to try to make it.
Of course, she's 21. Of course it is a big deal to her. I get that. I'm more offended by her nails, to be honest.
I was worried about her eyeballs. She just kept wiping her eyes like that, and those nails would come across her eyeballs.
Yeah, those nails are pretty rough.
Yeah.
I mean, they look like there's no cuticles or something. Like it's missing cuticle. It just goes like from like the knuckle.
Oh, I was
second
just
knuckle right to the
watching the sharpness of the nail.
Yeah,
as
they're
it,
rough.
as it
You're right.
Glossed across the eyeball. It scared me.
The lip, the upper lip.
Yeah, the lips.
There's a few things going on there for sure.
There's a lot to unpack.
The other, and I'm not saying, she's in LA. Obviously, she's in LA, so that's really important to her. And I see the tear. I see mascara. I don't see a lot of streaming for a 3.5 minute video where you're crying the whole time.
That's a legit.
I see one tear. That's the only one I see, though. I would think there would be more.
It's hard to tell. And then her light bulb goes out, as you aptly pointed out. She doesn't need a new light bulb. Don't know how she's going to get that now.
Well, she can't afford that now.
Yeah. So then it's really hard to see her face.
See, I don't know how much. I will say this though. I don't know how much. I mean, 110,000 or 103,000 followers.
113,000.
113,000 followers. I mean, it's a lot. I've been trying to freaking like my ass off to get 1,000 on Instagram. But having said that, it doesn't seem like enough to me that you.
Can you search her and see what the fuck she did? Because I don't know what she's famous for. Jessy Jessy Taylor.
Oh, see, I got the wrong one. I thought I had her.
I don't know that I'd search her on Instagram.
Yeah,
but. She did well. She's got a new Instagram account. And she's got 3,000 followers.
But she's built it back. She's on her way back.
Yep. She's got 4,000 Twitter followers. She's getting there. She's got 4,000 YouTube subscribers. Yeah, I agree with you, E. That doesn't seem like a tremendous amount, and it seems like it's easier to get Instagram followers than the other ones. Like I notice if I post something on Instagram, I get a lot of people that
Instagram's
start joining,
it's
like
weird.
following you.
If you pay attention though with Instagram, it's really annoying because they have, unlike the others, Instagram has like robots that go in every day and make sure the followers are not fake. I have regularly, I'll get like 8 in a day, and then the next day, boom, 4 gone out of nowhere.
But see, getting 4 in a day though is you wouldn't do that on Twitter. I mean, unless you made an appearance somewhere and
off right now and I'm not,
dude, you're doing a lot on social media. I notice it. You're doing a lot.
See, I'm looking at another story about this, and many YouTube commentators have been scathing of Taylor's breakdown, saying it's indicative of the modern era. Yeah, we've said the same thing. Imagine crying over a social media account, one user said. That misses the point. She's crying over the loss of her fucking career. It's not just the social media account.
Yeah.
And maybe she sucks, by the way. I don't even know.
If this were someone who was not, if this were like me with, 4,000 followers or whatever on Twitter, whatever I have, like, oh my God, that went away and now I'm so upset because I can't talk to those 4,000. That's different. Like, I got dopamine rushes when people would give me likes and give me hearts and things. That's different. But she's talking about money, man.
And by the way, when she
that's
says
upsetting as hell.
When she says, that's what I got.
How much money can you make with 113,000 followers on Instagram?
But if it's enough that she's not having to do the McDonald's job, and that's the thing. No, not to take it so seriously, but when you said like. Nothing against McDonald's, and you said, well, you kind of did. Well, man, I worked at Meijer. You know, if I sat here right now, I'd say, no, I don't want to work at Meijer ever again in my life.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm too good for it, but I don't want to do it ever again.
Yeah. No, I know what you guys are saying.
Sorry, I got a little heated, I guess. But...
No, it's just the thought of like people are out there thinking if I don't have this particular thing, I lose my identity completely as a human, and I would be resorted to meth, heroin, homeless, prostitute, selling my asshole. It's like, dude,
it's a bit much.
It's a bit much.
She goes extreme. I'm sure when she says that, I mean, yeah.
I have some bad news.
Oh no.
Is it just that she sucks?
Oh no. Is this a hoax?
No. Jerry learned how to put pictures on his emails.
I saw that.
God damn it!
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry knows how to put pictures on emails now.
I know.
So this is what we get.
I know.
Jay, I can't unsee that picture, and I'm
going to actually have to switch the camera so we know.
One man's glands into the foreskin of another.
What that depicts.
There's some disturbing elements to this picture, Jay. I don't know how much you want to look at it. I emailed Jerry back and said, thanks, pal. I will never unsee this.
He sends us a ginger docking with a brunette.
It's a ginger. That is a ginger bush, and I believe there's been some shaft shaving.
Yeah, I didn't look at it too much.
Yeah.
Has there been a little shaft shaving?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you see the shaved marks of?
I don't even.
God, you really do get a sense of that Una.
Yeah, let me see it again. God damn it! I did not want to ever look at this again.
The utility of this, I guess I get a sense of it now.
Right?
Well, are
I'm
they
just gonna go to the view of me? So this is not on the camera.
Oh, okay.
Right?
God damn it!
The single stroke.
Boy, the ginger bush is not a good look, is it? It's hard. So are these guys? These guys are equally matched, right?
Height or girth or what are we
talking about?
Girth,
length. I mean, they appear to be.
The ginger's a little smaller, I think, but he is the male in this union, right? Because the female version, the female is docking over the male. Not to bring male-female into. I'm just thinking of a coupling.
You're thinking
situation.
of a battery sort of effect, yeah.
He's smaller. He's a little smaller, but not that much.
Mm-hmm.
God,
so those pee holes are lined up together.
They are.
Because I know they say you can't pee if you're inside a butthole or a vagine, but if you're inside of a nice cozy foreskin, like pee hole to pee hole, if you guys both had to whiz, what would happen if you just are in the count of three, we both just let it go?
You guys ever had a hose not quite screwed onto the spigot enough, and you turn it on, and
Dude, that was.
Do you think it'd be like a water balloon effect, at least in part, on the as far as the foreskin goes? Do you think it would blow up before that thing popped? And
does it blow the whole dock? You know what I mean? Does it just blow you apart?
Maybe it might.
Or does it
I don't know.
Does it spray?
Well, we had heard that there is a sort of suction that's built there initially, and that to release it, you need to lift the foreskin a bit and pop and give it a little air to breathe, and then you can pop out.
Hi guys, I thought you might like a picture worth 1,000 words.
Yeah,
Woofing me
a billion
out.
words.
Yeah, it's worth.
God damn it! He can put pictures on his email now.
No.
That was what was missing before. That's what saved our fucking eyeballs.
Our relationship was very, very rock solid with Jerry because it takes a good 2-3 days to read one of Jerry's emails because it's like I got to stop here.
By the way,
I got to stop here. I'll pick that up at paragraph 2 starting tomorrow. And it takes a while to get through it because you'll hit a spot in every email where it's like,
oh god,
Jay, don't read Jerry's latest email. You don't want to read that.
But it just slaps you across the face now.
It's very apropos, by the way, though, that you show this today. This is the third. I saw on Facebook today. This is the 3 years ago today. I was in San Francisco getting ready. I think tomorrow, but I was in San Francisco
Really?
Oh, shit.
3 years ago today.
Get out of here.
Docking is
Mingling
the
around.
insertion of
Yeah.
one man's glands into the foreskin of another.
Which means it was only 3 short days later when Jerry declared he needs to be better trained.
He needs to be better trained.
I mean,
yeah.
And look how you've turned it around since.
I know.
You have turned that relationship around. He can't say a bad word about anybody. Jerry. Mm-hmm. And Jerry was like, well, what did you think of young Eric?
He needs to be better trained.
When I think about that now, like now that we kind of know him, I've literally hung out with him other times since then. the fact that you're right, he's such a nice dude, and he was on the phone, and that's what he had to say. Ooh,
yeah, he couldn't say, "Oh, he was cute. Oh, he seemed cordial."
No,
he's
exceedingly honest, though.
Yeah,
he is, but he won't say bad. Like if you talk shit about someone, he'll go, "Oh my, well, I hope that works out." That's a shame.
Yeah, but if he doesn't know the person, he has nothing to add, right? But he knew E. I mean, he was asked, "What did you think about him?" And he's fucking exceedingly honest. And
he should have said, "He's tall."
Right.
You know what I mean? Something like that. Like, I think he got to the cab on time and made it to the airport. So,
right.
But he needs to be better trained. That is a fucking slam, dude.
By the way,
that is a fucking slam.
Well, I think it was a slam on us
world.
partly too, right? We need to train him better. We sent this guy out there untrained,
but he's just dealing with an untrained E in his mind.
I think he was receiving this phone call and he was sort of like, guys, your guy needs to be better trained.
Yeah.
I took that as a slant on us.
But wouldn't he blame his parents, his significant other, or what? He doesn't know E's situation. He just knows he came in there and sat down all weird, and refused to jack off.
By the way, when you talk about this is not quite the same thing, but when you talk about the docking and the peeing and stuff like that, and Jay started to ask about the hose. This is a little bit off the topic, but when I lit myself on fire and I never went to the doctor to take care of this stuff, like I 100%, 1,000,000% I should have gone to the doctor. And when I lit my dick on fire and all that stuff, it started scabbing, and I got to a point where we were on the way to Cedar Point on this trip, and I got to a point where I should have absolutely gone to the doctor because it was scabbing over the shaft of this, and I was seriously at one point am I gonna piss and it's not gonna come out
over the pee hole?
Yes, is it gonna come
the difference
back
between
into
the
me?
shaft and the head and the gland.
I know, but it went
because you said the shaft was scabbing over,
but the head was scabbing over too, dude. There was
God,
scabs on the head, and I was I remember thinking at some point holy shit, is this gonna get too much? Is it going to scab over and I'm going to piss and it's going to shoot back into my body?
What were you going to do?
I don't know.
Because would you have gone to the doctor?
At that point, I would have had to have, dude. I would have had to have gone
Just
to the doctor.
hold it. Don't drink
forever.
Don't drink anything.
Forever.
Well, for a good week or two until it it heals up. Throw some Neosporin on it and give it a week.
There was a few scary moments going to the bathroom where I'd have to go and I would just go and be like, please don't. Please go out. Please come out of the hole here.
So it was scabbing right over. You had half a hole?
Kinda.
And so when you pissed, did it spray out in weird directions?
No, but it was hard to explain. It was just getting there, and I just remember for about a few days just going when I had to go to the bathroom, just going, oh my, please just come out, please come out.
Were you trying to lift the glands?
No,
a little bit to open the hole.
No, I couldn't have even done that. The scabbing was.
This is a miracle that he still has his dong.
I know,
and I say that because there are toxins in whiz. And he's peeing on his own scabbed. These are wounds.
I know, dude. Looking
in
back on
his dick hat and his glands. His
doesn't
shaft.
wash himself. How the hell did that thing heal without becoming gangrenous?
I explained to some of the listeners that were at the WrestleMania party on Sunday, because if you're there, there's just something a little more to seeing it maybe. But I said dude, when I say I couldn't walk for a month, I couldn't walk for a freaking month. And so I'd be on the couch bed that they were looking at, and I would lower myself down to my knees, crawl on my knees to the bathroom, lift myself up just enough, pee, then crawl back to the bed. and I demonstrated what it looked like.
You were that shamed.
No, not shamed. It hurt so bad.
Yeah, but you didn't go get help. You didn't, You just laid in the basement.
I was just too paranoid of what
I'm
would
shocked,
happen.
knowing what I know about my Franny Fran, that she wouldn't just be like, okay, this is weird even for you. Even by your standards, E, this is weird. Because there's no way you can fake it and be like, do a little tap dance in the kitchen.
I couldn't even walk, man.
You couldn't walk. And so wouldn't she just be like, was she just happy? Well, he's in the house. I guess he's safe.
I guess, dude.
And dude, just to be clear, it reminded me of a story I've had buried here in the pile for a week about this guy in India. He's 52 years old. And this was recently published in one of the medical journals. And so this guy goes to the hospital because he couldn't get rid of a painful and sustained hard-on. This guy's rock. Don't they say, if you find yourself with an erection lasting more than 4 hours, go to the doctor and have the nurse flick the helmet really hard.
I don't think they get those messages in India.
I don't know, but this guy, he stood there for 2 days just with a fucking rager. And so when medics drained the blood, they left a catheter in, and he quickly developed a black gangrene on the head of his panus. So the glands gets black. Yep. By the time he returned to the hospital, there was so much dead tissue, surgeons were left with no option but to lop the head off.
Oh my God.
Yep. He first sought help for priapism, persistent painful erection of the penis. He'd been suffering from the condition for 48 hours before going to the doctor. It's unsure what triggered his priapism. Probably some hot chick or something. He saw some, something. It had to be. It's considered a medical emergency if a hard-on lasts for more than 2 hours.
I would imagine.
Quite a few medical emergencies in my time, I must say.
2-hour erections, huh? I don't know, man.
He's the guy who's admitted to taking Cialis or whatever it was.
Not that. Well, no. Sans that. I'm just saying,
I don't think there's been 2-hour erections.
I don't believe it either.
I'm sorry.
You want to see videos? You want to see videos?
Do I believe that there's, maybe half-hour erections followed by 10 minutes and followed by another half-hour erection? Yes. Do I think there's been...
You've never gotten shit-faced and banged a chick for more than 2 hours?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
No.
I don't believe it.
Really? 2 hours? What the hell, man?
Sure.
Without completing?
Yes.
I don't believe it.
I don't either.
Okay, I'm going to lie. Why would I lie to you guys about
What do you mean? Why would you lie? That's a
what
great
do you mean?
lie.
What do I mean? What do you mean? What do I mean?
That's a great lie for a guy to say, oh, yeah, 2 hours.
2 hours. I know what you mean, right? Everybody's experienced that, but 2 hours? Why wouldn't you or her quit after, I don't know, 40 minutes?
Dude, I'm not going to fucking, keep digging into the box and not to just give up before getting my prize.
My God.
You know what I mean?
Did it eventually end?
You goddamn right it did.
Well, that only took 2 hours, but...
I'm shocked that you're not like, well, yeah, there was a few times.
2 hours. Come
you get
on,
bored?
man.
Is that what it is? You get bored, or it's
That's
just like
insane. Keep going for 2 hours?
Surgeons put a device called a shunt. I like that word, shunt. It sounds dirty in a weird way, doesn't it? Which diverts blood flow into his penis along with a urinary catheter and wrapped it in a comprehensive bandage. This is probably what you would have dealt with, E. A lot of bandages and catheters.
Oh, my God.
Just the day after his operation, the glands of his penis which became flaccid, began to turn black a day later.
That is off-putting.
Yeah. We removed his urethral catheter, said Dr. Mehdi. We removed his urethral catheter, but still the black color of the gland's penis deepened over the next day, and a clear line of demarcation became visible between it and the penile shaft.
Dick's just rotting.
Yeah.
It's just rotting.
That's incredible.
Doctors couldn't stop the gangrene, and so they decided the best option, well, I guess we just lop the head of penis off.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine having just a sheared off penis?
They look dumb enough as it is.
They look absurd.
Without a headless penis?
Yeah.
Would you start whizzing like a chick? I mean, seriously.
Thumb over a garden hose. I don't know.
If you were to take it and just like a guillotine to your dickhead, oh, man, that would be an ugly penis. That would. I'm sorry.
I don't want to see that cross-section. I just don't. Jesus, don't bing it.
Don't worry.
3 weeks after this operation, the men could urinate normally and had a healthy wound. Oh, Dr. Mehdi is really looking on the bright side. No. He's got a very healthy wound. He suggested the catheter and tight dressing put on after the procedure to treat the priapism may have triggered the gangrene. It may have. We do not know for sure. Yeah, I'm going to say that's probably what happened there. Anyway, let's take a quick time out. And got another story about ball sizes. There's been some research into this. Who's got bigger balls? And it might surprise some of you out there.
Interesting.
Hundreds of primates in the world, and so
okay.
Yeah, we'll discuss that more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. Shortcast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
Yes, here we are. Welcome back to the show. And a little bit more to go here. We'll get some email in a moment. But, God, you guys made me feel like an asshole a minute ago. It's like, fuck, am I a weirdo? You guys act like I was a monster. And, even worse, a fucking liar.
I don't.
When I said 2 hours,
I don't think that we called you like a monster or a weirdo.
Well, the looks on your face said more than I needed to know.
I don't know that I.
Anybody who has gone more than 25 minutes knows the potential to just be raw as fuck.
Well,
Not only you, but also your lady friend. And I just can't imagine 2 hours. Ugh, like without finishing for 2 hours.
Well,
I get it if you're going once, then retooling.
No.
You're going like a single 2 hour spurt.
Well, I did the only thing I could do.
No, thank you.
And I called T-Roy, and I couldn't get a hold of him. He's working. And I said, sorry.
T-Roy's a freak in nature. That is not a fair comparison.
He's another guy.
It's not a fair comparison.
Bullshit.
Isis is not a fair comparison, and T-Roy is not a fair comparison. Those are two different sides of the spectrum.
Well, by the way,
ask a normal mortal.
I reached out to...
By the way, when he says that I'm not, I get that. I understand why you would say that. But I have had sex with a few girls multiple times in a night. No, multiple times in a night. It just hasn't gone 2 hours continuously. Do it, retool.
Doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
I understand that, but I think Jay's right about T-Roy. I don't think he's a fair comparison.
Well, I think he's a guy I called. And I just like, fuck, maybe that's me. Maybe he goes, dog, what are you doing? If you go more than an hour, you piece fucking hurting yourself and hurting her. So I said, sorry to call while you're working, T-Roy, but it's an emergency. J and E both just acted like I was some sort of monster and a liar because I said I banged a chick for 2 hours straight before, using the same hard-on, not retooling. You fucked for 2 straight hours before, right? He says, LOL, absolutely, I have witnesses.
At least one, I would hope.
Yeah,
I think he meant outside of the one because that's compromised. That
various people are bound to walk in during a 2 hour stint.
Sure.
I mean, the meter reader.
Hell, I might even count as a witness. Just sounds. Anyway,
I've known him a while too. I might as well.
So I mentioned balls a minute ago. We're all fans of balls.
Hold on.
You always say you're not, although I am, but...
What do you mean? You're a fan of balls?
No, I mean in the sense that you always have this statement out here that no guy wants their balls played with or whatever, and I'm always like, dude, some people fucking do, dude. Like,
you want your balls played?
I don't mind it, to be honest with you.
What's wrong with someone Captain Queegan your balls?
Well, it's if they're...
But Mike has always said it on their shows. If he always makes the statement that no guy...
By and large. Okay. I'm not saying there's not an expert out there that can give a nice little...
Man, it's in a lot of pornos, dude. Somebody must like it.
Nice... yeah, but I've seen them, they'll suck on it and pop it out. Fuck that. No, I'm not saying there's not some great ladies out there that are masters with the ice cream cone lick of a ball. I get it. But
what about
by
the
and
Captain
large...
Queeg? What about the hand play?
I don't know that I've had like a Captain Queeg, but...
You've never had him queeged?
I mean, I've had him queeged, yes, but I'm always scared. I'm just scared. I'm scared they're going to go, oh, he's into this, and then go harder and rougher, and it's like...
It does make you gasp a little.
Yeah, it's just dangerous. You really need to trust your partner, and you guys have to be on the same wavelength before you can just lay back and do you, man, do you, baby. But what? So I don't know, man. So what do you like a licksy? Or do you like a sucking of a ball?
Is that an extra $10? What is it? An extra $10 for that?
When he mentions the Captain Queeging it, man.
So you're standing there. You're just standing there.
I've been.
You're Donald Ducking it.
I had a girl on top of me, and then she reached down and fucking played with the fucking balls, man.
Wow.
This is TMI.
I know.
Yeah, no, it is. Sorry, Mrs.
I just had to picture Isis being ridden by some huge fat chick grabbing his balls.
No, he doesn't like fat chicks. He's not into that. Men with longer hair and beards have just tiny little balls.
That does not hold. Our friend Deuce, who is just over here, I mean, he has a tremendous, although it is more the ball sack than the balls themselves when we're talking about Deuce.
Really?
Oh, he's got a tremendously
I know he's got great hang, but are you sure he's just got too much skin, like sack skin?
That was always my impression, but maybe I'm wrong.
You think he's got a couple marbles inside of a
I don't want to disparage the man. He has tremendous hang.
I don't know if you could make that judgment. If you're saying he has huge, I guess, sack.
He has a huge sack.
So you have to assume, I guess, that... Well, I don't know.
So they say guys with less, that have trouble, whether they bald or they have trouble growing a proper beard, tend to have just fucking balls.
Really?
Yeah. Teams from the University of Western Australia who carried out the research say a male can be well adorned or well endowed, but it's hard to be both. Not saying it doesn't happen. Animals can either invest energy attracting females with impressive manes or beards, or spend their energy growing huge balls.
Interesting.
Yep. Hairy men with a bushy beard and long hair are likely to have these just wee, tiny little testes that more so than their follically challenged brethren, if you will. For the rest of the world's primates, this trade-off comes in either having a super bright orange buttocks.
Sure.
If you're a gorilla.
The baboon?
The baboon, yes. Great example. If you've got that bright buttocks of a baboon or the plain features and large, giant balls of the plainer primates.
Huh.
Yeah.
What about the macaque? Big balls on the macaque?
I don't know what the macaque's bag is like. My guess is it would have tiny balls because it's got a lot of showiness to it. So the study co-author, Dr. Cyril Gruter, said testes size varies enormously and is linked to a male's appearance. Study looked at ball size of more than 100 primate species and found gonads.
I understand that species
very
to species,
dramatically.
that you would have a dramatic change for the reason you just described, where there's energy given to either the green thing, look at my green thing,
yeah,
or to my balls.
Are you going to say man to man?
But man to man, I don't believe that, man.
I don't either.
Well, animals with the smallest testes, okay, had gonads the size of peppercorns. Oh man, peppercorns are tiny little guys. While the largest, comparable to a tennis ball.
Oh wow,
that's a ball, dude. I mean, a tennis ball.
It's a solid ball.
Yep. Poorly endowed males commit all their energy into attracting mates using beards and long hair and have none left to invest in their ball bag.
I don't
Okay,
even...
species to species. I believe that. I just don't believe that that's human being to human being.
So you're saying it's possible that ZZ Top has huge balls?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Because I gathered from this that that's not possible. One of the reasons that trying to do both just takes too much energy. And he explains this, all the males are striving for the same thing. Do you know what that is?
What?
Crushing puss, man.
Get your last nut off.
We're all trying to crush puss.
Of course.
Doesn't matter. Across the spectrum of primates.
Yes. No, what?
I don't know.
Come on, E.
They say to father offspring.
Pussy! Sorry,
they say father offspring. Crush puss is the same thing, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Paren, crush, push.
Yeah.
Puss.
Not all of them can have what they want. So how do they succeed? Well, next to simply fighting, that's the one thing to show you're a man, they can produce so-called badges of status, showy ornaments
the green
that help
thing.
their bearers, the green thing, the orange baboon buttocks, that helps help their bearers control access to females by intimidating other males. And if cucks cannot keep others off of their females, they can win by producing a shit ton of sperm. So they got these huge balls. So if you're a cuck out, and it's like, God damn it, my monkey wife won't stop banging other monkeys. He can get himself some huge fucking balls, and then he can swamp out all the other cum that's filling your girl up.
Ugh.
So she's filled with all these other guys, and then he's like, oh yeah, well look at this. His green thing is a massive load that he can dump into her.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? I thought that was fascinating.
Going back to Jay, though, again, like, you're right, species to species, but, like, humans, we have, like, we can know what we're doing. Like, when you talk about, like, the green thing for us is fucking money or fucking fame or fucking, like, the notion that some guy's walking around and it's like, fuck, man, I got small balls. Well, I've already been doing too much with my hair. That's the reason why. Maybe if I shave my hair.
No, I think it's deeper than that.
I know.
I think it is like testosterone and energy, the way they're talking. And I didn't deep dive into this.
I agree
this thing,
that.
But it's like if your body is producing, the hair on top of the head, now you can cut it short. That doesn't mean, because Jay, you could have tremendously long hair if you wanted. You've got a great line.
Oh, wow,
I mean,
thanks,
you haven't lost a single hair.
I
and
tend
we
to go
know
5 on top, 2 on the sides, 3 to blend.
I've heard, and it works for you. It really does. You can grow a tremendous beard if you choose.
If I choose.
So, I mean, I understand why you're taking offense at this study, because it says that you've got peppercorn balls, and I didn't say that.
I'm not saying I've got like tennis balls, but I think my balls are normal, honestly.
Take a look. See if they're normal. See if they're good. Queeg them really quick. Because if you're all skin sack, like you accused us of a little while ago, disparaging him.
No,
sure.
I definitely don't have as big a ball sack as Deuce, but I think I've got normal balls.
Now, did you guys like stand toe to toe and like?
Who hasn't seen Deuce ball sack?
Well, Deuce pulls his ball sack every 5 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
No,
so
I didn't stand toe to toe. I
what?
I turned around and there was Deuce Ballsack.
Okay, I have pictures of Deuce Ballsack upstairs.
Yeah,
you could probably examine them later if you want.
Break it down.
It's in a
laser
picture.
Pointer, whatever you need.
It's in a 5x7, so we'd have to, somehow do the math, which all of us are very, very good at.
I wish he was still here. He was here an hour ago.
I know.
Bring him down here.
Easily, he would have pulled him out, and he would have demanded that you zoom the camera in too. So
I mean, the table could use a christening.
If we can if we could get a hold of Nick Nolte's seen Derek's balls.
He has a shoulder that's seen Derek's balls.
Yeah, so if we could do the math equation, because it's a 5x7 picture, so the nads are going to look smaller than actual size. Mm-hmm. But if we could expand that to human size, we could get a real fair read on what his bag size is, and skin sack to actual testing.
To the astronom file, Jesus.
Hang on, Eddie. All right, let's get to some email. We're going long.
Hey, before we do that, as you know, Hamlin Pub has rolled out a new menu that try their new culinary creations, which include Southwest Cobb salad, candied Brussels sprouts. They are delicious. Korean steak tacos, chicken share, or the big brisket sandwich, or you could start your day with an award-winning backyard Bloody Mary. Of course, these specials are good at all 5 Hamlin Pub's locations, those being where, Isis?
Rochester Hills, Clarkston, 2 in Shelby Township, and fuck.
He always gets stuck on this one.
I know.
Why don't you just learn this one? You know the other ones.
Okay.
Just learn this
Chesterfield.
one. There you go. Jesus.
I know it begins with a C. I knew it began with a C.
You looked it up, though. You did something with your computer
No,
there.
I did not.
You guys ever been to Idaho?
I have.
For the
Well,
love
we've
of
received
fuck.
posts. I'd like to engage in the short reading of posts, if I may. We've received one from BJ, and he apparently drove through Idaho. He says, "Greetings from Sam in Idaho. No facts worth mentioning, although you should Bing Dugout Dick sometime." Jesus, don't post it on the feed yet.
Why?
We
want
to know what Dugout Dick exactly is. Oh, boy. I'm just holding my breath.
This is on your laptop, right, E?
Oh, God.
Because I do not want Dugout Dick binged on my personal laptop.
No way.
I don't know.
Dugout Dick, Jesus.
I mean,
what does it have to do with Idaho?
I don't know that. I don't know what I'm looking for.
Idaho.
So I don't.
Dugout Dick. The fuck, man?
Is it a song?
He's an Idaho legend? Lives in a cave? Old man?
He's a hermit.
Doesn't he look like Old Man Winter?
Oh,
old man, take a look
at
my
let me
life.
look into this more.
You've heard of this guy, have you, Isis? Idaho hermits. Look, there's a whole story about living for more than 60 years in hand-built dugouts across the Salmon River. From this site, Richard Dugout Dick Zimmerman, 1916 to 2010, came to symbolize the Idaho hermit. Wow, man.
He's a modern-day caveman.
Yeah.
I mean, who knew that they were still around?
Dugout Dick. Boy, I was really holding my breath there. I did not expect this to be a human man.
Yeah, there's more to that story than he just, was a caveman. So we'll have to.
Hey, we got some information from a couple of the listeners who were able to attend Isis's cool little shindig the other night. So
nice.
Wanted to check those out. Oh, God damn it! I just clicked through Jerry's email again. Hey guys, I was one of the ones who attended the event at Eric's house.
Can I say a name or no?
Ryan.
Okay.
I was really surprised that son of a bitch actually was a great host. He had more than enough food, drink, and accoutrements for all of us.
Yeah, but nobody ate. Oh, I don't blame him.
I think that, when I look back on it, I think they did eat. I think we just had so much shit, and I was just so focused on trying to be like, hey, come on, guys, there's stuff here. So I think they must have ate.
It was was it kind of like the house party when we did the broadcast from Graybo's house?
Yeah, where there was a billion.
There was so much food. It was like we all pigged the fuck out, but it was like, dude, it didn't even look like we put a dent in it.
I remember more the alcohol.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit! His laundry room.
Oh my God.
2 kegs and 500 cases of beer or some shit.
And the liquor was just, dude, the liquor bottles.
Did he have a liquor store in his house? I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like a bar. It was crazy.
Ryan says, upon selecting my couch, I made sure to ask Eric where he sits when he is down there. Had the pleasure of meeting Mike, Fran, and of course Tony. The manor was indeed sprawling. The rear lot was as long as 6 adjacent properties combined. Wow. The back 40? You've got a back 40, Isis?
Well, the thing is, we're in a situation where the neighborhood, we have a 2-acre lot, but
don't be ashamed of your privilege.
I know, but I'm saying, but the other side of if you go to the right, if you're looking to the backyard, if you look to the right, those are all, there's regular houses along that line.
So you could just count them, like 6? Oh,
wow.
shit.
So those are just smaller, like
They're
the embarrassment of the neighborhood?
Half a acre lots or something.
Do you guys, you guys haven't put a big blocking...
Well, we got a tree line, so...
Yeah, okay.
We got a tree line.
So you don't have to see those disgusting little
not
properties.
Well, in the winter sometimes we do,
Oh,
but
man.
in the summer we don't have to.
You guys need to put a fence up, like a wood fence,
Really tall. A wall
of
sorts.
Yep.
Keep those
Peeling
people
the
out.
onion further, says Ryan, I realized why Eric doesn't move out. The basement is practically an apartment. Kitchen, pool table, ping pong table, couches, and a bathroom with a shower. I've attached some photos from the basement. I've never seen this basement.
Oh, my God, I haven't either.
Also, a picture in the foyer of the pro period runner. So there's a picture of Isis running, and he snapped a picture of that picture. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, can we post these up?
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Overall, I had a great time, and Eric even invited me to come over on a random Friday to drink beers, eat pizza, and watch old wrestling shows on demand. Keep up the great shows.
Will you be my friend?
So there's our pro period runner right there.
That's from the Detroit Marathon.
Oh, my God. You are such a dweeb.
Yeah, he is.
Look at that. His head looks huge. Why does your head look so huge?
Nice little basement, huh? Look at that.
Hell yeah, he's got a nice wing. What's going on with your red
what's
wing
your
fat
winged
head?
wheel there,
Why'd you
dude?
break your winged fat head?
I don't know. That's actually from the Drew Mike studio.
Oh, is it?
I got that on the last day. Yeah, Mickey Redmond signed that.
Now,
Should
this
have brought
is
it
not
over
what
for Ken Cal to sign.
This is not what I pictured. I really pictured it more like the Silence of the Lambs basement. She puts
That's
the
couch
lotion in
bed
the
right
basket.
there.
Yeah.
As you see, I'm sitting in the spot.
So you sit there whacking off. Your mom could peek around this corner at any moment.
She does. That's how she just goes,
I've gotten good at,
fuck, my
I know
son
when
is
people are walking
gross.
around.
This is like the worst jack-off spot in this whole room. If you're gonna,
Yeah.
Well, I know, but that's where I lay.
And so it just soaks into the carpet?
No, it hits the couch.
lands where it lands.
It lands where it lands. I mean,
It rarely makes it.
And then there's the prince himself,
Tone.
Big Tone,
Yeah.
laying in the middle of the floor,
Tone the
showing
bone.
off.
He likes a crowd. He doesn't like to sit with people, but he likes sitting in the area.
Let's
where
be
people are
honest.
sitting.
He's a standard issue tabby.
No,
His eyes are
Tony
beautiful.
is beautiful.
His eyes.
I got to
will tell a
disagree with
story.
you there. Monster was gorgeous, and Tony the cat is very beautiful.
To further the subject, Todd writes in. Todd was also a
Simpson?
listener.
This guy was a little quieter, so I'm interested to see what his.
Who are you worried about? Because you demanded that Jay tell you who was writing in. So there was someone that you were obviously hoping wouldn't
Yeah, were
write
you
in.
ready
I
to
was
get
just
defensive?
Fuck
that guy. No, he's lying.
No, fuck
him.
that. Fuck him. He was a dick.
Todd's a quiet guy, so this is the guy I was
You were worried about Todd.
Just because guys, if they're quiet, I don't know, they're
Yeah.
taking notes.
Did he
didn't
walk
drink.
in on you jacking off or something?
No, but he
nothing
didn't-
like
you know,
nothing
he
bad.
didn't
Just couldn't tell what he was
drink and
thinking,
just,
huh?
Yeah, I just like, what's he think about all this?
Yeah, those guys are sketchy. They can be sketchy.
Jay, I'm obligated to inform you that, as one of the few survivors of a visit to the Fady Manor, Mr. Eric Fady was an excellent host of the WrestleMania party.
I was worried about that. I seriously was.
You feel bad for shitting all over him just a second ago?
No, don't shit. People are, dude. It's a situation where, man, dude, a lot of people wouldn't want. You're nervous. He doesn't have a +1. There's 5 people he doesn't know.
The parental units also stood out with their kindness and hospitality. Hi, Mrs. Fady, says Todd. He indeed had the lower chamber cleaned and well organized, though there was no blacklight confirmation. Probably a good thing, since an abundance of food was served. An abundance, he makes that clear. It was well appointed with a kitchenette and various gaming tables and seating options. Wall decorations of the music and sports variety were apropos to a bachelor's status. Whilst I did not venture into the throne room, the experience reported by others confirmed its claimed cleanliness. So this guy was over there for 5.5 hours and he didn't piss?
He left a little early, but still, he made it that long and didn't go to the bathroom. That is, he didn't drink much, though. I noticed that. Like, he didn't drink alcohol at all, and he didn't, he wasn't pounding Pepsis or anything.
Well, I heard there's a pine tree down the way you could poop under on the way out.
Right. This guy sounds like a peach of a guy. What was your hang up with him?
I didn't have a
Honestly,
hang up on him. It's just
sounds like a great dude.
Here's what happens
Well-spoken,
to me. Here's what
nice.
Here's what happens with me. We're in a situation that we are that night. There's 5 people. They're listeners. They're here for this thing. I'm trying to make it entertaining for them, this and that. And when someone's quiet, I just thought at the end of the night, I remember thinking fuck, man, should I have made more of a, hey, Todd, what did you think about that match or this or that? And but all the other ones were just a little more outgoing. So it's just I didn't.
So
know
you were the comic on stage, and he was the guy that wasn't laughing uproariously at your act.
I don't think he was laughing when I said things. Some people are just quieter people, though. There's nothing wrong with that. It just makes me worry. Like, oh my god, I hope he had fun. That's what it is.
Tony also made an appearance, strutting through the room and demanding attention.
Yep, the cat's ass coming through.
Demanding attention.
There was some talk of Tony's looming death, which put a bit of a damper on the festivities, but all's forgiven. Good job, and thanks to Big E, Todd. Well, good work, Isis.
Okay.
We have 100% so far are supportive of Isis's hospitality.
Who have we not heard from yet?
Would you have two more listeners?
Well, Ryan had a guest at +1, so he'd have to chime in, I suppose. I had a listener, Christian, who came just by himself. I actually went to Electric Forest with him last year. And then listener Angel and her mother were there, too. So I guess they could all chime in if they wanted to.
Shit, there's bracelet for Angel's mother here.
I know.
I don't know what that meant. It was like Angel Mom or something that Jerry left a bag with.
They had met when you know how Jerry is.
Sure.
So the last time when he was in town for when we flew him in, not for the homeless one. But she'd brought him a book, I think, or something. So he, yes, I know. I should have. Wish I would.
Yeah, a lot of people give him books. He loves books. That's what he wants.
So. Anyway, I don't know.
We will save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
Very, very good. All right. Let's get out of here. Crazy day. Grind Time's back tonight. Those guys are going to be here. Are you going to stick around for some of that, E? They got comedians in it or something?
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm
not sure yet.
Vinny's coming over this afternoon to do a little...
I'll stick around for that.
little dry run action over here, so that's going to be fun. So thanks, everybody, for joining us today, and we'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see you then. Jay, you're not going to be here tomorrow. You've got an work obligation. So
correct.
We will see you Sunday.
Yeah, have fun with...
Jordy Day, yeah, that's
Jordy. We've confirmed Jordy.
Yes,
okay.
Jordy Day will be here. He's the director, writer, producer. It's really his project. The Tough Guy, the story of Bob Probert. So we've seen the movie. It's great, and we look forward to him coming in tomorrow. And then I think we've got members coming in on Sunday.
Yeah, we do.
Twin Peaks will be
member
here.
Day.
Yep, providing food. I believe the Costas won a trip in. And
yes, they did.
Holy shit, that's.
Boy! Should I
just
plan on staying Sunday night?
Yeah,
should I not
just plan
even
on staying.
consider driving
You get the
home?
Costas in a room. Holy fucking shit! Yeah.
And the last time I was with them, 8 a.m.
Yeah, 8 a.m. Yeah. Don't plan on that. You can do 8 a.m. on the front lawn, but you cannot do 8 a.m. in the house. So that'll be a lot of fun. So we'll look forward to that Sunday. Jay, have fun this weekend, and thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.